Hello, this is Cuckoo. I'm at. I always forget the first word in this festival's name. It's so silly. I think like Bristronica. No, Machina Bristronica. Yeah.
Sounds right.
This is Cuckoo. I'm at Machina Bristronica 2024. And I'm here at this little booth here. They have this beautiful little thing here. So Drift DJ Industries presenting the Zero.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Jared from Chicago with the Zero from Drift DJ Industries. And what it is file playback synced to Groovebox's in modular synths, right? So it's all about sort of that space in between DJing and like live synthesizer performance, right?
And I saw a very early demo of this outside a food truck 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or so?
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, we met at a taco truck. Yeah. So it sort of starts as a sort of DJ style workflow, right? Like it is, you can do a full 2-channel DJ mix. It's got the like standard sort of channel 1, channel 2 crossfade controls on here. So it starts there. What I'll show though is the fact that it can do audio out, it can do audio in, and it can do clock out and clock in. So I'll sort of walk through a demo of all of those little bits of it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so the way I'll start is I'm going to load a file. This is coming off the hard drive of the device. 32 gig internal hard drive, and these are just WAV files that I've loaded on here. So I'm gonna pick one, I'm gonna load it in, and I'm gonna hit a cue point. And I will just go. And so the way that this is set up is that right now this is the first deck, and it is currently set up as sort of a send return workflow. So I'm sending audio out, the audio is coming out of the Zero and straight into the WASP filter here. And then the WASP is sending its audio back into Zero. Right?
Oh, cool.
So it's sort of a send return style. You see the audio coming in on this middle channel here that's being sent out from the first channel. So, and again, you can kind of hear it. So what this is sort of set up to show is that audio out, audio in, and then we can take the BPM data. So actually a sort of previous analysis of the track gave us BPM data. It gave us beat grid kind of stuff. So we know where the 1 is, we know what the tempo is. So I can actually send
There's metadata in the file.
That's right. Yep, that's correct. So I can now send a clock based on that. And what you'll see, so I've just hit play and I've just started a clock. And so you suddenly see that we're now clocking the drum machine and Steppy. And if I bring up the FM on the output from Steppy, you can hear that I've got sort of a pattern filter running, right?
Yeah.
And so what this is sort of designed to do is let me do like a remix, right? Like I want to take a stem I've got, I can do a little bit of a remix workflow. I can start playing. So I've got kind of a groove going here. And then I can bring in my drum machine over here, right? So I'm sending clock. I'm taking the clock into both the modular and the Groovebox side, and then I'm taking the audio and bringing it back into Zero, right? And since the audio is coming back into Zero, I can do things like change the EQ on the audio as it's coming in. So you set up a remix, you can sort of groove on it a little bit. It's good for like kind of jamming, right? You can jam, you can try stuff out. You can absolutely perform this way. And then because we have like the traditional DJ sort of system in place, what we can do is bring something in over the top of it, right? So I've got like a vocal here that I'll sort of jump to a cue point, and maybe set up a loop on it so I can play it. And now, right, and I can sort of nudge it into place a little bit. All right. Yeah, so now I've got my full remix workflow going, and I'm playing a vocal over the top of it. And all of this stuff, again, designed for live performance. So if my clock does start to drift while I'm playing, I can, just like I would playback for a file, I can actually get in here and kind of nudge the clock back into place, right? So that's it. It is file playback synced with Groovebox's and modular and kind of playing around with what DJing might look like sort of in that full hybrid performance space.
Super nice, very impressive. It looks fun too, and I like the refresh rate and speed of the display is very satisfying, and Yeah, just overall looks really nice. Yeah, I had a question lingering in my head. It disappeared into the void. Oh yeah, like the calculating the BPM. Is that in a separate app or something?
This is actually coming out of Rekordbox. We're actually using the Rekordbox library, an exported XML library, but it certainly will on the device use like an autocorrelation matrix to find the BPM. But importantly, like that stuff is never quite right. So there's going to be UX on here to actually go in and sort of tweak it and find it so that you can set cue points, you can set your BPM, your groove, your beat grid start, and get that really precise so that you can kind of prepare your sets. If you're playing live, you really want that stuff to be on because it's got quantized start and stop. So you want it to like really go when you go. Yeah.
And if you would like to make like a straight up DJ gig, and then you can run it just standalone.
That's absolutely right. It will definitely do a standalone sort of 2-channel DJ workflow, right? You can play 2 tracks, you can mix with the crossfader, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Is it shipping now?
It's not. We're actually doing a pre-sale right now to try to afford our injection mold tooling. So once those are all sort of sold out, we're going to start cutting steel, and we're thinking like probably late Q1 2025 for when we're ready to start shipping units.
Nice. So what's the price point?
Price point is going to be $499 US, and that's obviously excluding VAT. But yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. And where do we find this? Where do you go to pre-order this?
So we're at driftdj.com, and then on social we're at driftdj industries as well.
Yeah, check it out. It's I think when I first met you, it was like there's this guy from YouTube. I'll sit down and have a chat with him. And it was 3D printed and a simpler design. But you've come a long way, and this doesn't do itself. How many people are you working with this?
It's me and a couple of us are doing the marketing, right? Like, yeah, it's a pretty small crew. Yeah.
Have you hit like many hurdles along the way? What's the most challenging?
I think it's because there's so few of us, making sure that we're like sort of finding the use cases, right? Like I'm sort of designing this thing because it's the toy that I wanted to play with, right? And then once you start taking that out into the market and like showing it to people, that starts to become like, oh wait, here's like a whole set of people that are going to use this thing that I didn't even think about, right? So it's sort of the like winding path that you take when you're developing something. Suddenly you go from designing it for yourself to designing it for like other people. That's good. Like, yeah, it's fun, yeah.
Is it going to come in different colors? I see a black one here and the white one there.
We were going to go just black, but we're getting sort of enough inquiries that I think we might end up doing a white one too.
Yeah, nice. Well, thank you so much for the little preview here. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.